This teacher is too charming. It became the focus of the school as soon as he appeared. The gestures are all seductive. Bid. This bad boy is not easy. Mingren don't speak secret words. He bluntly wanted to ask the teacher to go to the concert. By the way, take the manual lesson that I learned today. This is annoying teacher. She directly punished the teacher for detention for a month. The little teacher sits in the classroom at night. I apologize perfunctorily, but the teacher doesn't accept it. She came forward and said that chewing gum is not good for teeth. In order to avoid waste, put it in your own mouth. It turns out that the teacher left the teacher for another purpose, and said that I have been paying attention to him for more than a year. Then he got up and led him into the office. I plan to educate Xiaoshuai's problems. The students next to him were so scared. After that, the teacher's grades improved very quickly. The word of the award on the test paper. I shocked my classmates again. To show thanks, he ran to deliver beer to the teacher if he had nothing to do. No commendation speech due to deadline. The teacher in the audience did not forget to correct the mouth shape for the teacher. Wait for other students to speak. Suddenly there was the sound of tireless reading in the background. Everyone looked confused, and the principal motioned to open the curtain. 3 people who never forget to make up lessons. All the people in the audience are very impressed. The next second was thunderous applause. Xiaoshui instantly became the male god worshipped by the whole school. But teacher Xiaomei is not so lucky. She sat in the dock for privately making up lessons for the students. Due to the particularity of the case, the court hearing attracted a lot of media attention. The moment Xiaomei got up, there was an uproar at the scene. She is pregnant. Xiaoshui really has 2 brushes. But even so, the judge still sentenced Xiaomei to 30 years in prison. The child born is raised by Xiaoshuai's father. Until the day Xiaoshui becomes an adult. Take care of our children, Xiaoshui. Little Mei teacher. I will love you forever. This meow is crazy. As the event continues to ferment, Xiao quickly became popular. On the cover of many magazines. The various titles are countless. Became the youngest national husband in American history. Also made a lot of money. 20 years later. At this time, people have long forgotten Xiaoshui. What's more sad is, the lawyer informed the teacher that he had missed a payment. If it can't be filled by next Monday, then just wait to be caught and go to jail. This man Ori only has 20 yuan. But after a few days he needs to make up the number yuan tax. How can it be done? The lawyer proposes a very risky plan. There is a 400 catty fat guy ready to participate in the marathon. His rate is 80,001. The desperate little teacher crushed all the houses. Then he found his former agent, Lao Bai. The broker quickly gave a plan. Let Xiaoshui take his son to the prison to visit teacher Xiaomei. Lao Bai is responsible for the whole process of following the shoot and creating momentum. When this matter rushed to the hot search, still worried about not having a lot of cash sand earn it? But Xiaoshui saw his son and ran away since he was 8 years old. Only 2 years. Became the youngest manager in New York. He also has a beautiful red-haired wife. And will get married soon. Little teacher, I went to the house this day. Sudden visit. Shocked. He didn't want everyone to know. This strange man is his father. Lie that they are just old friends. But this hasn't affected social interactions. He then talked about 2 narratives. The atmosphere in the room was instantly ignited. Even the gray-haired grandmother smiled shyly. Go back to the room and go straight to the topic. He lied that Xiaomei was seriously ill. I hope my son can accompany him to visit his mother in Zaowei. But Luzi sent the ship directly. Said that the reason why I changed my name and surname was to get rid of Xiao Di. He didn't bother to visit that so-called mother. I also know my son. Came to their engagement party in a blink of an eye. Xiaoshui relies on a bohemian style, and soon became one with everyone. The sharp-eyed guest recognized him as the internet celebrity of the year, and asked him for autographs. Jizzy's friends also proactively announced that they would give up the position of the best man to the teacher. In the next period of time, father and son had a happy time like never before. This is a pair of questions. They haven't seen them in years. Playing baseball together during the day. Do healthcare together at night. Drinking and dancing together, skating and making girls together. Xiaoshui does his best to make up for the lost childhood of GZ, and the long-lost father's love. After a few days of happily getting along, the relationship between father and son has gradually eased. GZ finally accepted his imperfect father. The two embraced tightly. Luzi even offered to visit her mother in prison, but at this time Xiaoshui felt guilty and hesitated. Early next morning, he received a call from his son. Learned that my son was already on his way to prison. Xiaoshui hurried to. After 20 years, teacher Xiaomei once again stepped on the catwalk to make her debut. This is a warm scene of a family reunion. But the son on the side is slightly redundant. Finally took the phone. Suddenly a microphone fell from the sky. There are also 2 cameras facing you. Juicy reacted. The whole thing was a personal bureau from the beginning. Until now he still wants to use himself to earn. GZ looked over and left angrily. Because the party did not sign the power of attorney. The program cannot be broadcast normally. Therefore, the teacher can't get a penny. After the 2 broke, I had to pack my things and prepare to leave. I accidentally heard that the red-haired girl had a leg with Lucy's boss. The evening reception. He pierced the 2 in public. But the handsome man at this time has no credibility in front of his son. He had to leave in embarrassment. Xiaoxie, who still doesn't give up in the middle of the night, secretly monitoring the daughter-in-law to search for evidence, but accidentally heard an indescribable voice in the room. Without saying anything, Xiaoxie went straight out of the balcony and planned to catch it. The more spicy eyes are still behind. The other party is actually the red-haired girl's biological brother. Xiaoxie vomited on the spot. I took a picture and planned to leave. The red-haired girl stopped him and promised to pay him a large refund fee. Back at home, Xiaoxie has been thinking about what to do. For the happiness of my son, he drove to the wedding scene. In full view, he exposed all the scandals of the red-haired girl, and tore up the check for bribing myself on the spot. The bride was forced to confess her secret. The scene is night. The wedding was cancelled immediately. Liu should also disclose his identity. Left the scene with his father. They came to the bar near the old house. Witnessed the moment when the fat man won the marathon. Xiaoxie casually bet 20 yuan, soaring 8,000 times. This is the end of the video. Don't forget the one-click triple connection. I'm Xiaolong Blind. See you tomorrow.